All right, guys, we're at the point now with the GDJ build that we need to start piling things onto the car. We got a Bullbar to install with a winch and lights and roof rack and rooftop tent and awning and canopy fit out, you name it. We need to put it onto this car. We got to stop wasting time. So let's get it into the workshop and get started. Yeah. All right, the next mod to the 79 is this awesome steering wheel from Fats Customs. It's a 300 wheel that's wrapped fully in leather to match the Hurricane seats and the rest of the car because we color matched all the interior gray. We're getting rid of this 79 steering wheel, which is a big upgrade from the previous models, and it has touch buttons, but this one looks way better from a 300. So cool. So let's slap it in. 2, 3. Easy as that. Horn is out. All right, the steering wheel is, everything's pretty much been changed in the 79 and the interior, from seats to door cards to speakers, center console, roof console, everything has been touched. The steering wheel was the last thing we needed to do, which Fats came in clutch, making this awesome steering wheel, custom leather. I'm that stoked to get it on. It's going to be awesome to drive. Connects straight to the head unit as well, so we can change all the volume through here. It's got the cruise control as well on the wheel, so you don't have a cluster down here to change it. It's best in the market. Done. Easy as that. Oh, that's so good. Oh, look at it. All right, first thing going on before the rooftop tent is the Tracklander roof rack. This is a full-length rack made from our friends in WA. These are fully Australian made. So let's get these on. What do we got here? Oh, instructions. Seems way too hard. So this is the front wind deflector, and then the nuts. All right, so we've got the rails here. Builds. Sick. Do you want to Oh. Ooh. All right, let me get mine in first. Is yours in? Last night I ran out of time, but I ended up getting the rack pretty much fully mounted. Got to put the last bracket on. Everything's pretty much tightened down. Just got to chuck this on, and then we can move on to getting the new rooftop tent on. Okay, so the reason why I actually went for the Tracklander over anything else in the market, a few reasons. One being that they're ultimately quiet. I've driven hundreds and hundreds of 79s that have been customers, and I found a lot of them are really noisy. So I hit up the guys at Tracklander. They said this thing is quiet, and I've driven it and it is dead quiet. You cannot hear the rack at all. Plus it's all welded, and it's one of the strongest roof racks on the market. So I'm really, really happy with it. It looks awesome. It's got rails down the side so you can't see. It like blocks off a lot of the rack, and it just suits the car as well. Like, it suits all the body lines. I think it's one of the best racks on the market. But alongside that, we need to get this new rooftop tent over here. come check it out. So in this box is the new Alpha Camp rooftop tent. They've sent it to me to get it fitted on this car. It's I'm actually very excited. I haven't actually opened it yet. It's shipped all the way from Brisbane, so they said it's cool, but let's open it and see what we got. It's like peeling a new iPhone. All right, we need to get the forklift strapped up and then we can load it up onto the car and suss out what we need to do for mounts. It's gonna be interesting. So I want to mount the rooftop tent as close to the canopy as possible. So what I'm doing is I've taken off this rail so I can get pretty much the rooftop to sit directly on the rails that come with the red hot canopy. But it's going to be quite difficult to do and I'm not really sure what to do either. But I'm going to rip these off, get the plastic off, and then I'm going to have to make something that pretty much slides in here that has like a nutsert and I can figure something out. I'll rip this off, get that rail on, and then I'll make something up. All right, after about 2 hours, I finally got the tent mounted. It took some persuasion, some holes, it was a bit of a mind boggle, but we got it on there. It would have been a whole lot easier if I just used the mounts it came with and had it about 1.5 inches further up, but I wanted it as close to the canopy as possible, which it's dead on the canopy now, so it looks awesome. But let's get into the workshop and I'll put all the stuff back in and we'll start mounting the solar panels and the awning. Should be good. Oh shit. The rooftop tent is on there. Now we just got to mount the solar panel today, and then tomorrow we're going to be mounting the awning and getting on to doing the Bullbar and headlights. Let's go. Yeah, buddy. Okay. All right, while the 79 is off the road for the next couple of weeks, getting all the suspension powder coated, thought it was a perfect opportunity to put the new bar with the winch and all the lights. We've actually opted for the King's Custom Prince winch, I think it is. Rumba winch, and all this Nava gear is going onto the car. We've got 2 9s, 2 7s going on the bar. On the roof, we've got the 2 20-inch Nava lights. On the sides, we've got 4 10-inch light bars going on each side. And then lastly, the 2 3-inch is going on the back for reverse lights. So I don't think we're gonna have a light problem at all. But I'm so keen to get this bumper off and get this bar on. So let's get into it now. Let's go. Check out that bar. Oh, that's gonna look sick. All right, we got the Prince bar, which look unreal on the facelift 79, 70 series. Gonna look so good with all the lights and whatnot. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. All right, the King's custom bar is all tight. Winch is in. Now it's onto the roof lights and putting the 4 spotties up the front. I've ripped off the Tracklander winch now and just drilled out the holes. So I've got both LED 20s by 20s, 2 EX2s on there. Just need to tighten them up, get them in the position I want, and then we can chuck the windbreaker back onto the Tracklander, and that will be all good. And then we can go on to bolting the 4 spotties, which is gonna look nuts. Okay, we've dummy fit both 20-inch light bars on the rack. Now we just got to bolt the 2 7s and the 2 9s on the front. Nava has sent us all these lights to go for the 79. It's their whole EX2 range, which is the RGB, so it lights up different colors and stuff. But I reckon these lights look unreal. I haven't seen many cars with them just yet, but you can change the lights, like the light seals, to whatever color you want. I've got gray here and I've got black up in my office as well. So it's gonna look absolutely unreal when we have all 4 lights on the front there. Change that blue out to black. It's gonna look sick. Can't wait. Oh, shee. Oh. Oh. Last one of the lot. Shee. That looks so sick. All right, the last piece of the puzzle for this episode is the Alpha Camp 270 awning. I'm actually so keen to get this onto the car because it's pretty much the last item on the outside of the car, other than changing the snorkel out and the wheels. This is the last pretty much accessory that's going on the outside of the car. We still got some stuff to go inside the canopy and under the car. I'm keen to get this on it, so let's do it. And it's game time.
Bang.
We're in. How good is that?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Alpha Camp. Thank you.
How good?
Done.
Alpha Camp. What do you have to say, Tony?
Brilliant. Alpha Camp. Hook me up.
Oh, it's got some nice straps on it. All right, so I'm just gonna, I haven't tightened it down yet. I'm just gonna put it out, make sure it comes around perfectly behind the tent, and then I'll tighten it from there. But I also want to have a look at it open because I haven't actually seen it yet. Oh, looks pretty good. That is nice. So even got the spot for the rooftop tent, even though my rooftop's the other way around. That's pretty cool. Temporarily put it up there, tighten it down. But this thing is actually awesome. Really frothing. It's got inbuilt legs, which is really awesome because like a lot of the other brands out there don't have legs, or you got to buy them separately and then you got to put them somewhere, which this actually comes with inbuilt legs. So it's always going to be windy, guys, when you're out like beach camping and stuff. So it's always good to have legs when it's windy, but I just love that. That's so good. And then the other good thing about this, it actually has inbuilt lights, which comes with plugs, so you can just plug it in after. And it's got switches here as well. I'm pretty sure it's got ambient lights too. So it's got white and ambient for bugs and stuff, but I'm so keen to take this onto the track and take this out to the bush and test it to its real potential. But so far, I'm actually so stoked with this. This is awesome. I'll put it away now and then tighten it up, and then we should be good to go. That's actually sick. I'm actually frothing. All right, the Biggo is about 95% complete, and I've got to admit, she's looking insane. Let's do a bit of a rundown of what we did in this episode, starting with the rooftop tent and the awning. We opted for the Alpha Camp rooftop tent and awning because they're a local business in Brisbane, just starting out, and their prices and the quality that come out from these guys is insane. I gotta admit, I freaking love their stuff. So then we went for just the standard rooftop tent with the solar panel, so that's included. It's got an awesome mattress, lights and whatnot in that. The other thing I love about this rooftop tent, it's got pockets all along the top here with a clear pocket for your iPad to watch Netflix and stuff. And then we've got a full LED strip around the whole tent to give you as much light as you can. And then over here, we've got 3 12-volt outlets with switches, so you can charge your phone and whatnot up here, and that just goes to an Anderson plug on the outside, so you can just run that into the canopy. But all in all, this tent is built so great. I'm so stoked with it. I can't wait to take it out to the bush, put it to the test. Going on to the awning, like I said before, it actually has inbuilt legs and lights, so pretty much you can plug the lights in and turn them on, and I can turn them on from here with ease. It also has a spot for an entry for your rooftop tent if you have it mounted the other way, which I don't, but that's all right. All in all, it's freaking sick quality. It's really sturdy, and if you have hectic winds, it has the legs and you can mount it with the pins to the floor. Coming around to the front of the car. On the front of the car, we got the Prince King's Custom Bullbar with the Nava EX2 quad lights at the top. These are twin 9 inches and twin 7 inches. And then down in the cradle of the King's Customs bar, we've got the Nava 13 EXP, which is not fully finished now. We just got to mount these, but that's for another day. Going over to the roof rack. Okay, and for the roof, we've opted for the Tracklander roof rack, which has got the side rails, full aluminium welded, so it's strong as anything. And they also are known to be one of the quietest roof racks on the market. And then on front of the roof rack, we've got the 220s EX2s as well to give us even more light. All in all, I'm so stoked with all the products we've put on the car. If you're interested in any of these products, I'm going to put them into the description and you can get them for yourself. That's a wrap for episode 6 of the GDJ build. This is getting insane and I can't wait to finish this build off. Next episodes, we're going to be jumping into the tray and canopy setup and finishing off all the suspension. I'll see you next episode.